So my name is Dean Holtz. I'm the chairman of the board of directors with the Celebration of Lights organization, and it's our privilege, the group of us, there's 7 of us, to take on the responsibility of providing leadership in the community to make sure that this tradition continues. And I wanted to take the opportunity to announce the board, to present them to you. So we have Mr. John Charest. I want to stand up. John is our vice chairman and director of displays and setup and teardown. Keep standing. We also have Paul Babcock Jr. We have Raylyn Burgess, who just came on board with us not long ago. She's been our bookkeeper for over a year. Not able to join us tonight, we have Ace Concordia, which is actually Sarnia's Santa. He's the one who provides Santa for us in the Santa Claus Parade. We have Matthew Mullen, who's out west visiting family. He does our website, and he's our director of communications. And, of course, we have Jen Johnson, a realtor in town. And so they give their regards, but this is your board of directors. You know, it's been a great year this year, and we're really looking forward to being able to come into the season, plan things well in advance, which we did, and we were able to bring things together with excellence. And just to give you some highlights, the video that you saw there showing the opening ceremonies, we estimate over 4,000 people in attendance. Not everybody realizes, if they've never been to this event, how well attended it is, how loved it is by so many families in this community. And what we endeavor to do, because of the generosity of everyone in this room and many others, is that event is completely free. It's not ticketed. It doesn't cost you anything. You can just show up and enjoy. And that's our intention, is to make that available, to bring that Christmas joy to the families of this community. And so we wanted to let you know about some of the highlights with that. We saw in the video there's a Christmas Carol concert. A local band does that. Santa arrives to do the countdown of the turning on of the lights. And as soon as that happens, we have fireworks. And those were actually sponsored by a new local business called Signtext, which we really appreciate. And then Santa makes his way down after that, makes himself available for about another hour or so for professional photos with Santa for the families. And that's all made free because of donations, not the least of which is our photographer, Teresa, of TCL Photography. I always get those letters mixed up. Teresa's been amazing. She gives so much time. She does all the photography of the event. She's here tonight. She does our setup, our teardown. We really appreciate that. Also, there were hot drinks that were provided by Blackwater Cafe, and they're provided free in combination with Imperial Oil. So there was this huge lineup, especially for hot chocolate, but also for their coffee and their hot apple cider. We had wagon rides, horse wagon rides. We had 2 of them set up that were going for several hours for families to enjoy. That was taken care of exclusively by Plains Midstream Canada. And just to let you know, we actually put up 50 displays. We had 50,000 lights, or have 50,000 lights. The horse and carriage display, which is close to Front Street, a little more towards the south of the park. That one was fully restored, so the white frame that the lights were on was all repainted. New lights were restrung on it, all new bulbs, fresh, beautiful, bright, looks amazing. And we have to do that every year. We have to do at least one display or parts of displays to keep them up. We're looking forward to one of the big hits with the kids, are the houses. You may remember seeing those, and we haven't had them for a few years. They're in disrepair. Well, Shell has offered to remake them, and my understanding is they've already finished the rebuilding of the houses, which is amazing. So now they're going to be sent to some local schools to be painted up, and so they will be available to be back in the park next year for the kids to enjoy that. We have been blessed by over 120 sponsors to help out, of which you are definitely a part of that, and we're so thankful. 24 of those were new this year. So every year, you know, you have many sponsors that return. They love to do it, but some either can't, or they want to bless other organizations in the community, which is amazing. And so we had 24 new ones come on this year. Just to give you some figures, our monetary sponsorships in donation was just over $45,000 this year. And that's what we need in order to do what we do. The Celebration Lights organization doesn't own any property other than the displays, but we don't own the property where the displays are kept. We don't even own the storage bins where they're kept. We don't We don't have any staff. We're all volunteers, so we're a pretty small grassroots organization, but we're community-led and community-run. Additional to that, we have to also recognize with any nonprofit organization, you cannot operate without gift-in-kind sponsorship. And that's where people either provide a product and or a service for free in place of you paying for it, or at least a discount in place of you paying full price for it. And we're so appreciative of that. Here's the amazing thing. I asked all those sponsors, and I could tell some of them are uncomfortable with this, but we want to know, like, what would be the value of what you're providing? The total of the gift-in-kind sponsorship is over $120,000. That means that the total value for us to operate is nearing the $200,000 mark. But you can see the gift-in-kind sponsorship is a huge blessing to us and therefore everyone in this community. So we're so thankful for that. Our lighting competition had 26 amazing entries. Hopefully you've had time to drive around and look at those. My wife and I went last night and looked at those and several others. And there's lots of beautiful homes that are just lit up great. We also updated our website this year with an interactive map, so you can actually click on the home that's an entry in the competition, and it shows you a picture of that home, so you can kind of see what to expect. We did a live stream walkthrough. We started doing this a couple of years ago because of COVID. When we had to shut down having the opening ceremonies, which we didn't want to do, but unfortunately we had to, but we were allowed to put up the displays. So we decided, well, what we can do is we can bring the displays to you in your home. And so we did a live stream video walkthrough, which was facilitated by none other than David Burrows, a friend of ours. And so John and I, we walk through the displays and we talk about the history of the displays. And some displays we've only had for a short time, some we've had for a very long time, and some have needed work many times. And so we kind of just talk about those things. And John is the wealth of knowledge with all that history and everything. And so I just ask the questions and John gives all the answers. So, and we did that on December 7th. You can see it on our Facebook page, celebration of Sarnia Lambton Celebration of Lights on Facebook. We have that video up there if you wanted to take a look at it. And we also take that opportunity to honor all our sponsors like all of you here tonight. We do that not only with the live stream walkthrough, we do it on our website. We have all your logos there, and we've been posting about your gracious giving through your business or your organization on our Facebook page as well. So we're doing everything that we can, including this night, to honor the way that you've helped out. Well, what we like to do is not only show our appreciation, but we like to award, because we do feel that there are people and organizations and businesses that go over and above. And we don't expect that, but we're really thankful for those groups and individuals and businesses that do that. So to start off the awards for tonight, I'd like to call up the Vice Chairman, John Charest, and he's going to present 2 awards, and he's going to explain them to you.
The first award this year is Diane Evans. Diane Evans was a volunteer in the park many, many years ago, before we even got the big displays that you see in the park. And she recently passed away, so we created an award honoring her for hard work and dedication in the park. So this year we decided to give this year's Diane Evans Award to Mitch Lestanzik. Mitch is a hard, dedicated volunteer, comes out every year, comes to the containers to bring the displays to the park and bring them back and help out in the park, and we give whatever help needed he gives of us. And plus, too, he's got a display in the park. You've probably seen it, the Canadian flag in the park, all made of RGBs, which he himself built.
With the help of Bill.
With the help of Bill. The next award is an Outstanding Volunteer Award. This person is a person that has done a lot of work in the park, helping us out with setting up the displays, bringing the displays to the park and back to the containers. And unfortunately, this person He's helped us out when I wasn't around at the park, and I couldn't be there to do anything. And he steps up to the plate, and he comes with his son too as well. I'd like to award this outstanding volunteer award to Steve Mastanzik.
Many Mastanziks on this list.
Well, here you go, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Right there. Here's the
Oh,
best, too.
and a prize. Awesome. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, John. And I want to echo as well this year at the opening ceremonies, I asked both Steve and Mitch if they could help set up the tent that we get from Sarnia Kinsman. And they came out early in the day and helped with that. So yeah, it's volunteers like that who just go over and above. We really appreciate that. Next, I'd like to call out Mr. Paul Babcock Jr., again, one of our board members. He's got a couple of awards that he's going to present for you tonight.
It's a business sponsor award of excellence. So this is, Scientex? They're not here, but those are the guys that for the fireworks, paid for the fireworks off our barge. So yeah, it was pretty nice to do, and I think it was a good show, right? So that's for but they're not here. So I got another one. Exceptional business gift in kind to sponsor. Now this is Sandern Brothers, which that's where we store all our sea cans, and they allow us to go in there to for just the kind of letting them sit there. So there's like 8 cans sitting there. So it's, they're all 20-foot or 40-footers.
Yeah.
I think they're 40-footers. So there's like 6 of them in there. So it takes up quite a bit of land, but they and it's actually perfect spot because it's right across from the park there. So we could just run over and it's quicker, and so it's they're pretty nice to do that. And are they here? Anybody here from Sanderns? Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. There's a box for it.
Oh.
Thank you.
Right.
Want to say anything? Come on, I had to.
No.
Oh, come on.
You done good.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Yeah, we can't overstate the importance of that to let us keep our stuff there all year round. The value of that is exceptional. I'd like to call up next our newest board member, Ray Lynn, who's our Director of Administration, and she's going to present a couple awards for you now.
All right, so we've got the Group Sponsor of Excellence, and this goes to the Village of Point Edward. And here's the box there for you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Congratulations. And next we have the Exceptional Group Gift in Kind Sponsor. This goes to the Kinsman Club of Sarnia. Unfortunately, no one could be with us tonight for that, so I will accept this on their behalf.
Thanks, Raylyn. We really appreciate all our sponsors. A little bit with the village, they've been exceedingly generous, especially this year, and but they've always been very supportive. Even though technically it's another municipality, but they're right next door. They're friends, they're neighbors, and their family, and so. We just appreciate that they see the value in what we're doing, and that their people are going to, come over and take a look. I mean, we have people from London coming down. We have people, bus trips coming from the States that come over because they can see us across the water, but they drive over. I want to go see that in person, but we really appreciate that. And yeah, the Sarnia Kinsmen, not only generous monetarily, but they provide 2 big tents that we needed for one for our merchandise, and one for the photos with Santa. So at this time, I'd like to honor some personal gifts. This one is a personal sponsor of excellence, and we take the opportunity to look at people who, and we broke these awards up. We added a few more awards. I think previous to this year we had 6 awards, and now we have 11, because we just felt there were a few more categories that would be helpful. And so this is a person who we felt went over and above. To me, it was really obvious when we had our community setup day. We had a little bit of a situation, and that situation was that one of the main support poles for one of our displays, the nativity scene actually, was in the river. And it didn't get there by itself. We don't know who put it there, but so anyways, this gentleman says, well, I'll go get my wetsuit and I'll go in and get it. And he did. And he got it for us, and so we were able to put that display up, which was hugely helpful. And not surprising that someone with that kind of bravery, because even though he had a wetsuit on, it was still very cold. He's a local firefighter, so we appreciate the courage. But his name is Trevor. Trevor and Melissa Mitchell. They sponsored a display, and he went into the water to retrieve a part for us. So they said they were going to be here, but I don't see them. Trevor and Melissa, I don't think they made it. So we'll accept that on their behalf, and of course we will make sure that they get that. But Trevor and Melissa Mitchell. The other one who I know, they let me know that they wouldn't be able to be present. This is a gentleman that contacted us a few years ago offering to do something for us, which we thought was very helpful. And you may know of him as creating the Halloween tours, but his name's Scott Williams. He's on Facebook, and he creates these tours that you can go around and see, well, and of course for Halloween to see all the homes decorated for that, but he does it for the Christmas lights as well. And so we send him the entries for our competition, and he includes that in his maps, and he breaks them down to about 5 or 6 different maps, so you don't try and do the crazy thing like my wife and I did last night and try to see as many in one go as possible. But you can kind of go in different regions of the city. And so he takes the time and puts that all together. So this year's recipient of the Exceptional Personal Gift of Kind sponsor is Mr. Scott Williams. Now, before we go on with the other awards, I wanted to mention that we did have some of our dignitaries that were invited, and I don't see Mr. Bob Bailey. I don't think he made it, and I never got any correspondence from him. He was supposed to make it, but we understand it's a busy time of year, and there's been a lot of people. I'm sure all of you know people in your families and friends that are not feeling well. Stuff is going around, including COVID. But our MP, Marilyn Gladue, she unfortunately came down with COVID herself, but she sent these greetings. She says this: "Thank you all for gathering today to honor all of the individuals, business, and volunteer who make the Celebration of Lights possible. It is wonderful to see everyone come together this time of year to celebrate the holiday season as a community. I am disappointed not to be with you tonight, and I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year." That's from our MP, Marilyn Gladue. Additional to that, our mayor, Mr. Mike Bradley, he also offered his regrets that he couldn't make it, but he did fashion this letter in his place. And he says to the Celebration of Lights volunteers and sponsors, on behalf of the City of Sarnia, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone involved in the outstanding Christmas displays along the waterfront. For almost 4 decades now, the Celebration of Lights has been an important part of the celebration of Christmas in this community. The outstanding displays are treasured by all those who are fortunate to visit Centennial Park and enjoy seeing the lights. For these past 40 years, the Celebration of Lights has been an inspiration to many people, and the annual event has become an institution in the community, providing much joy. The displays are a highlight of the festive Christmas season and a delight to many. Thank you to all involved for your hard work and commitment. The spirit of Sarnia is in the celebration lights. Thank you, Mr. and Mayor Mike Bradley. Okay, as I mentioned before, one of the things that we do, not only putting up the lights, it's what we're most well known for, but we also facilitate the lighting competition. And what we do is we get a number of judges that are at arm's length, so they're not part of our organization, and we get new judges every year to actually formally judge the competition. But Jen Johnson, one of our board members, she's a very creative individual, and she had some great ideas to add to the lighting competition, the lighting competition, and she added two things for us beyond the three main prizes. And one of those was the children's category. So when the judges go out, they actually are accompanied by some children's judges. And what's interesting is so far, since we've been doing this, and I think we're in our third or fourth year, that the children never pick the same home as the adults. Big surprise, right? So I would like to call up at this time Ray Lynn and her daughter AC to award this year's winner of the children's lighting competition.
So Jen had some personal thoughts that she just wanted to share with everyone. So AC is just going to share those words with us.
The Children's Choice Award is a very special one that I came up with to honor the joy and awe through children's eyes. It has been a great experience, and to date, the winner is completely different from the regular judging. Every year, we pick a special family and judge a bit of Christmas magic thanks to the generosity of Blue Water Power and a few agents at Remax Sarnia. Our special judges are chosen and sworn in as they promise to find the house in the city that makes them the happiest and spreads the most Christmas cheer. They are given their judges' hats and lights and clipboards and then sent on their way in a limo. Along their route of homes, they are surprised by characters like the Grinch, Gingerbread Man, Frosty, and Santa Claus. They are showered with treats and little gifts along the way like pizza, candy canes, and hot chocolate. They drop off donations to homes that are collecting, and this year they helped the Inn, River City Vineyard, and the New Moms Shelter. The Children's Choice judges this year were nominated by teachers at the children's schools. This family of 5 has 3 children, and they are the most polite and kind, gentle family I've come across in a long time. This was the first time to go around and see all the lights, and they were so excited to be able to go for a limo ride to see them that they ran to school to tell their teachers as if they won the lottery. We were also able to help them have a merrier Christmas with some gift cards, baking supplies, and games to play together during the holiday. The looks on their face as they went home to home was priceless and showed the true spirit of the holidays and how different it looks through the eyes of a child.
So this year we did, there was a lot of great houses. We'd like to mention the runner-up with an honorable mention, 280 Laurentian Crescent, so the Al Shipley House. And this year's winner of the children's competition is 248 Fane Street in Corunna. And they couldn't be with us tonight, so AC is going to just accept the Children's Choice Award. Go there. That's not for that. Oh, actually, I'm going to say one thing too. We'd like to thank Teresa from Limitless Photography for taking the pictures of all the entries and photographing the family and giving them amazing photos to remember their time on the tour.
Yeah, so Teresa went around. She had to drive to every house and take a photo. It's printed off, really nice photo for each entrant to have and to keep to show the beautiful work that they've done. So that's just another way we like to honor all the entrants to the lighting competition. So at this time, I'd like to call up Miss Kathy Blake. She is someone who's near and dear to the board because she was on the board for a long time. And she's someone who's given a lot to the Celebration of Lights over many years. How many years has it been, Kathy? 15. Come on up. And, well, Kathy isn't the only one who gave a lot of time to the Celebration of Lights. She has someone very special to her that she'd like to tell you about. And then on the heels of that, we have an award in light of that.
Okay, the special person that we're talking about is my sister Colleen. She was my right hand. She helped everybody with the Celebration of Lights. She got talked into everything, and she worked really hard. Now the thing about Colleen, her last name was Murphy, Colleen Murphy, very Irish. And if she was got up in the morning and she was having a little bit of a bad day, she'd say, Murphy's Law, just take off now. And she would not let anything stop her from what she wanted to do. And she would persevere and get the job done, no matter how long it took, how many, whatever went wrong, she'd fix it, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, this award is called the Smurf Award because she liked to be called Smurf, C-M-U-R-F. That was her license plate number. That was her email account name and everything else. And so this award goes to somebody that doesn't give up, that doesn't let anything make them, want to quit or whatever. She was just like that till the day she passed. And that was September 21st of this year. And she's very missed by everybody that knew her. And I'm sure she's here with us tonight because this was something that was very dear to her heart, was the Celebration of Lights. And so I am going to be honored to do this very first presentation in her honor to this is going to go to the Celebration of Lights band. They work so hard and have always worked hard. They're just individuals that are not actually really in a band until they come together for the Celebration of Lights. And they work very hard to put on an amazing show, and that they do for sure. And Dean Holtz is the one that talked all these people into it. And Seymour Award goes to Ainsley Trout. Ainsley, we'll just say Ainsley. And I might add that Ainsley is Dean's daughter, and she's got a beautiful voice. She sings amazingly, and she's a beautiful girl. And here you go. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks for all your hard work.
Thank you.
Okay, so what about you?
Okay.
And this Smurf Award goes to Dean, who started the band. It was his idea, and since Dean's been on the board, there's no looking back. He's amazing. He's just set the whole Celebration of Lights to a new level, and everybody is very thankful for him, especially me. Thanks very much. Congratulations.
Well, thanks, Kathy. The band actually has 10 members, and so 8 of them obviously couldn't join us tonight, so we'll make sure that they get those and that they're honored with that. Now, at this time, we have another award that's also very special. There's a gentleman who used to serve on our board a number of years ago by the name of Ted Arnold. Some of you may remember Ted, and he was He was a good man. He was a gentle soul, and he was someone that loved to encourage people, very positive. And he served on the board, and unfortunately, tragically, his life ended rather quickly and unexpectedly. And so the board wanted to create a new award in his honor. And this award goes to the board member that the other board members feel went over and above that year in their volunteer work for the organization. So what we do is we all as board members, because these nice trophies here are made by Liggett Signs, so we each individually email them our vote, and we don't know as a board, but we have Tracy here, Paul's wife, who's going to open it up for the first time and let us know who the recipient of that is.
Okay, so this award recognizes the passion of the committee member to make celebration of life's a success. Congratulations goes to Raylan Burgess. Congratulations.
Thanks. Dean and Paul worked really hard to get me up here, so this is probably the only way. Thanks, guys. I really enjoy being on the board, and I do look forward to many, many years of doing this. It's a lot of fun, and it's taken a little bit of Grinch out of me.
All right, now now we're going to get to the point that a lot of people are waiting for, although I don't know how many are actually here, but are the winners of the lighting competition, the main lighting competition. But I want to draw your attention first to the backstory. The backstory of the whole organization is this home right here. If you've lived in Sarnia for, say 30 years or more, you remember this. If you had the tradition like I had growing up where you would drive around, your parents would drive you around to look at Christmas lights. And you had to go to Oak Street. Because just driving down Indian Road, you would see, it was like this beacon of light. Because nobody did up their home like Harvey McMichael back in the day. And he did up his home because he wanted to share the brightness, the light, the beauty, with the community, and people would drive by and stop and take pictures. And now you fast forward, and we've got lots of homes that do up their houses really nice, but Harvey was a pioneer. Well, where this story gets really interesting is upon his passing, his family said, you know what, we'd like to donate this as a light display, and it ended up going down at Centennial Park. And that's what started the celebration of lights, was a residential home lighting setup. And so for us to oversee the residential lighting competition makes absolute sense. Now, we did have Janice McMichael Dennis, who is the CEO of Blue Water Power and one of the granddaughters of Harvey. And she was going to come and present this award. She's done that for us before, but unfortunately she contacted us today and said, please don't hate me, but I'm not feeling well and I don't think I can make it. And I said, listen, we understand. It's that time of year. Don't worry about it. We got it. So I do not do a very good Janice McMichael Dennis impression, so I won't try, but I will just simply let you know. So what we have here is we have 3 winners, but before we get to the winners, I want to mention the judges. We had Aaron Black, Scott Tyro, Stacy Passingham, James Dennis, and Odin Averill. Okay, so those were the judges that went around in the limo. And what they do is each home they go to, they've got a score sheet, and they score it individually, and then they pass it in. They don't know what each other scores for each home, right? So they don't even know who's won, right? And so we do this on purpose to try to keep it all above board. So I want to start off by the runner-up. So if you will, another honorable mention, which was 896 London Road. You may have seen this one in your travels going down. It's near Indian Road, just west on the north side. this house has done up something special. So that's our runner-up. We're going to start with third place first. And third place this year goes to Gennaro Ramos at 2731 Sandfield Crescent. Now, I'm not sure if they are here, but I don't think they are. But so what we do for each winner is they get this plaque that we had made up for them. They also get a lawn sign so they can display to all their neighbors that they won. And we also, and this is courtesy of Blue Water Power, who donated the money specifically for this, they get a monetary prize. So we have a cut check for them for $150. So that is for Gennaro Ramos. That's your third place winner. Second place, you all know this place for sure, because this place decorates all year round. They have quite the display set up at Halloween and Valentine's, and I'm talking about 177 Christina Street South. That is Tammy Willis. Now, I don't know if they're here. No, I don't think they are. So, same thing. They're going to get the lawn sign. They're going to get the plaque. As second place winner, they get a check for $250. So that's Tammy Willis, second place. Well, the first place winner, this home really got a lot of attention, and for good reason. I don't know if you've seen it yet or not, and you're probably saying, well, you haven't said what it is, so how can I know? But when I say it, you'll probably know. If you've been driving around or if you've been intentionally going to look at the lights, this home has done up something special. And that's not to say we have a lot of homes. We usually, our family goes for a little trip in December, and we see other communities and see the lights they put up. And I will say, Sarnia is exceptional in the lights they put up. A lot of homes have lights on them, and we have a lot of homes that are done up like to the nines. So we actually were in Huntsville last year, I think it was, and they had a little map in one of their stores called Christmas Time, store called Christmas Time. And you can see all their entries for their lighting competition, same thing. And we went and drove around those, and I can tell you, their best home wouldn't even make our top 15. So, and that's not to denigrate them, it's just that's how much our people get into the lighting competition and just get into wanting to brighten the community by really showcasing their home with all these lights. But our first place winner this year is none other than Manny DeCuna at 440 St. Lawrence Court. And so for winning first place, Manny is going to get a check for $350 and, of course, a plaque, as well as a lawn sign. Now, we did want to make mention, because the judges did notice a couple of homes that they scored very highly, but they weren't entered in the competition. That's fine. You don't have to. It's amazing the number of homes that are done up really special, but yet they haven't entered the competition. They're obviously just doing it because they love to do it. But just to let you know, make mental note, you got to see these homes. One is 75 Ashby Crescent, which is in the Wiltshire community. That one is all white, very classic, very classy, beautiful. And the other one is 1103 Connolly Street. Those are done up extremely well, so you got to see those in your travels. We're nearing the end of our time, our formal time that is, and I wanted to let you know that after we're done the formal time, we have dessert that's going to be brought out shortly as well. So, and the hot food that's out there, there's still some, you can have more, enjoy. The last award that we award is the Chairman's Award. Now, this is something that the chairman just sits and thinks about, you know, an individual, an organization, a business group, whatever, that, in my case, as the chairman, feel went over and above. And it's hard to pick because there's so many that do this. But as I was thinking about this year, I was thinking about, you know, there's an organization that does really help us out a lot every year. They help us out not only because of what they do, but how much they give us. And it's a gift in kind sponsorship, because they give us a really good discount, if you will, in their value. And I'm just going to cut to the chase. It's Blackburn Media. We make good use of the radio to get the word out there for our community setup day, which is really important. This year we had 152 volunteers come out for that, which as far as I know is the highest number we've ever had. And we make use of the radio as well to let people know about the teardown. So we just felt that they've gone over and above, because while we do pay for radio ads, they give us a ton that we don't have to pay for, which is hugely helpful. So did we have, yes, Eve, right? Eve Morgan, come on up, Eve, on behalf of Blackburn Media.
Thanks. That's awesome. Oh, sure. Oops. I'm a klutz. Thanks. I will make sure to close it off.
And not only that, Eve is our MC. She's been helping us out with that for many years, and she donates her time, which is very gracious of her. She does a great job at our opening ceremonies. I know she loves to do it. She gets excited. She gets into it, and we love having her. So she's been a staple with us for a long time. Well, as we're getting close to the end here, I just want to mention that next year marks our 40th anniversary. So this started in 1984 when those displays were donated and the inception of what is now the Celebration of Lights. 40 years ago next year. And so we want to go over and above. We want to do some extra. And we have some ideas, and we're going to be brainstorming about some more ideas about what we can do. And so we're looking forward to having maybe even a more spectacular opening ceremonies, maybe adding more displays. We want to grow displays. I don't know about you, but I personally would love to see that the Celebration Lights become the premier Christmas light display in Canada, right? That's what I want. A little Sarnia pride there, right? As far as we know, what we can claim is this, is that it is the largest, longest running community-run Christmas light display in Canada. And that's a mouthful to say all that to qualify, but here's the reason why. Because in other communities that are our size or larger, either the municipality does it themselves or they hire a company. So we often get mistaken for the Festival of Lights, which is, you know where, Niagara Falls. And I, lovingly have to correct people, no, we're the Celebration of Lights. But they pay a company to do that. And it's great, but they pay someone to do it. But we don't pay anyone, we do it ourselves. You do it. We do it together as a family. And so we want to be a testimony of what a community can do when it comes together. And it is our pleasure as a board and all the volunteers who help us and all of you to partner in this together. And so we just want to remind you that the city doesn't do it, and that's we want to stress the city is very helpful to us. They've chosen for the next 4 years to waive all the fees it would normally charge an organization like us to do this. And they're also very helpful in other ways, but the city doesn't do it, you and I do it, right? So this is our Celebration of Lights. It's the Sarnia Celebration of Lights, right on? Okay. Well, it's been a good evening to show appreciation. You have in your programs there listed all the groups that make this happen, of which you are a part of. We have that also on our website, our Facebook page. Please visit our Facebook page. Like I said, you can see the live stream that's up there now. This video will be up there. And certainly, the desserts are going to come out momentarily. Please enjoy that. Enjoy as much of the evening as you want. We have this room for a while. And I want to say on behalf of the board, not only a massive thank you for all that you do, and all that you're going to do, because we do tear down on the 13th of January. Right? We need help with that. But I want to say this. May you and your families have an extremely Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you. So the winner of the lighting competition, 440 St. Lawrence, they also won another one, which was the Harvey McMichael Award. So based on the man who started this, this was Jen Johnson's idea that this is a people's choice. So it's not done by judges voting, it's done by community members voting online through our website. And the same gentleman at 440 St. Lawrence also won the Harvey McMichael. So they're going to get one of those beautiful baskets provided through Jen Johnson at Remax Sarnia Realty, and then the other basket goes also to the children's lighting competition winner. And lastly, we did have a door prize right here provided as of today by Kern Water Systems of Mr. Todd Kern, who owns that. So if you want to grab that, Raylan. So we decided, it was very impromptu. We're like, okay, what can we do to award a door prize? Because we didn't have tickets for you, and we didn't ask you to put business cards or something in. So I'm going to ask you this. If someone can tell me, the first person who can shout out how many displays we put up this year.
You don't count. She doesn't count either.
Except the board members.
50.
Okay, let's try a different stat that I gave, because John totally ruined that. Okay, let's see if you remember this. How many lights are on the displays? 50,000. Okay, yes. All right, Kathy. So this is courtesy of Kern Water Systems. It's just a Christmas goodie box. It's got gift cards and mugs and all that. So thank you to Mr. Todd Kern of Kern Water Systems. Again, have an enjoyable evening. Enjoy. Oh, yes. See, I need these administrative people to keep me in check because I will forget things sometimes. Thank you, Raylyn. Yes, we have these nice toques. We had them made up through WMA Promotions. Wayne Archer did a great job, and they've got our logo stitched in there. We are selling these tonight, if you would like, for 2 for $20. So really good deal. If you'd like these, they're one size fits all. They're very comfortable. So Raylyn's set up over here. If you want to purchase any of those, you can. Otherwise, what we have left, we'll save to sell for next year. All right, have a wonderful evening.